Hey YouTube, what's up? It's Alex. Alright, so this is like my 5th time trying to make this video, and I started at like 8:50 and now it's 9:13. And I'm only up so early because my sweet mate's alarm went off and she wasn't there to turn it off. So, but yesterday was my endocrinologist appointment with Dr. Cynthia Glass in Kansas City, with Encompass Medical Group, and the appointment was at 2:30. I got there at 2:15. I waited an hour until like 3:15 until they called me back, and then her assistant seen me, and then I waited another 15 minutes, and then she came in and seen me. And she did a lot of the do you understand the good side effects, the bad side effects, the whatever else. It's cold in here. And all that good stuff. And talked to me a little bit about it and any questions, all that good stuff. And she knew that I didn't have insurance, and since I didn't have insurance, her appointment was $105 for me. And so, didn't have insurance, so she hooked me up with a bag of goodies, which is this bag right here. And in there she gave me 9 needles, okay, with syringes attached, and they are 3 milliliter syringes, 25 gauge needles that are 5/8 of an inch long. So that's what all that. And you can message or comment, and I'll repeat necessary. So she gave me, and she was like, really isn't, I don't think long enough. So she then gave, to replace them, she gave me 10 of these little guys, right there, which are, I got closer than I thought, are 25 needles, just like the others. They're 1 inch instead of 5/8 inch. So, she gave me 10 of those. She gave me 9 just with needles. She also gave me 10 raw needles. So that's these little suckers right here. And when I say little, I mean huge. Yeah, you see that? If you camera, that's bad. But these are 18 gauge, and they're 1/2 inch. So that's the, drum. And she goes, since I didn't have, I knew that she would give me some, but I didn't know she would give me that many, and quit more than him. So I think it's she knew that I had no money. So I had that, and then she gave my script, and she also went ahead and ordered labs for me. This is my order for my total cholesterol and resting lipid oil, which is my cholesterol beef. Fasting lipid, not rest. And she wrote that so I could get it done here at school within the next month or so. Just before I come back sometime at the end of April. And so she gave me all that and then sent me on my way. So I got to Walgreens, and I was told by Quentin that it could, possibly take a couple hours depending on how busy they were. Well, thankfully it was a, Tuesday and at just the right time, so nobody was at Walgreens yet. So it really only took maybe 5 minutes. So this is my testosterone prescription right here. Boop. I don't know. There you go. I see. You can read it. I know. But it's testosterone CYP cypionate or something. Cypionate. And it's 200 grams per milliliter, and it's a 2-liter vial. We'll get into talking about that a little bit more in a second. So I went to Walgreens, and I don't have insurance, and so I was like, this would be ridiculously expensive. And the testosterone was going to be $108.99. And right? It's a lot. And so tell me about how Walgreens has this reward program, but it basically, you pay to join it, but then you save money. So it's $20 to join, but it saved me $34 on testosterone. So signing up cost me $94.99, I believe, total. $94.99. And the testosterone was $74.99. So every time I go, I'll just like for the next year, I'll just have to pay $74.99. And in a year you use 3 vials of testosterone, so that'll save you $90. So I got this guy right here, manhood in a bottle, and it goes on, like this. Testosterone Snake. You can't read it. I don't know why I keep doing it. And you get it has this little blue tab on the top. Basically it breaks a metal seal. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. And then you close this, and it's okay for that to be exposed. Because you swap it every time you use it. If you watched 50 million shot videos like I have, then you knew that before you got it. So, yeah, got it and got in the car, and I was gonna go back and try and get her to show me how to do it, but they didn't want anybody to come in after 3:30 for that because they thought it would take forever. And I was like, alright. And so, met up with Quentin, who had already before that he would do it, and he got off out because he was shot anyway. Actually a couple of days overdue because he's waiting on his needles and syringes, so I let him have one. Because I'm nice like that, see? And so, he did his, and basically, walked me through it, and showed me how to do everything. And just did it. He was like, alright, you basically just gotta go, 1, 2, 3, right into your leg. I mean, I was like, okay, that's okay. No. But anyway, so he said, you just want to do it really fast and get it over with. Well, instead of doing it really fast and getting it over with, I sat there for like 45 minutes talking about everything but doing my shot. And this was after I had gotten it already, and I'm sitting there with this open needle and syringe, and it's like exposed, and I'm like, I really just need to do this, right? So eventually, like after almost starting to do it like 500 times, I did it. And Quentin had marked, I think this is awesome. Quentin had marked an X on my leg and was like, do it just around in there. And I did it, and I hit right in the middle of the X. So it didn't really, it was like getting a shot. So, this thing stuck into me, and whenever you first hit, it's just like a little pinch, just like you said. And then it kind of hurt a little bit. Like, it didn't really hurt, but I could feel it and definitely tell it was in my leg, while I was trying to, inject it. And when I pulled it out, it bled a lot. It, bubbled up, and then, I don't know, it was weird. But apparently that gets better over time as you get used to stabbing yourself. So I'll go through all the process of everything whenever I do my next shot, which will be a week from yesterday. And so yeah, I have a bunch of stuff to last me. So far, the cost. I'm keeping logs of things. I've become a big fan of Excel spreadsheets, and I'm basically gonna do the date. Like in one of them, I'm doing important dates. So the date, what happened, did it cost, and how much did it cost? And then in another one, I've got, my tea log. So it's date, time, amount, amount of time on tea, and then cost. So then every time I get testosterone, I'll have to put the cost. I had one that was having a running total so far. Not where. It's not that one. Yeah, no. Get this one. I don't know what to say it is this one. Just wheel down spreadsheet. Just give me a minute. So this bad love all of this year. I don't know my computer. I was at like the 1000th row on Excel. So my gas to my endocrinologist appointment my endo appointment, my Sharps container, which was $3.50, and I'll show it to you whenever I do my shot. It was from Walmart. Testosterone gas from my appointment, partial gas, has been $248. But the good news is that I won't have to spend any more money. And, I also got, Quentin gave me some alcohol swabs that somebody gave him, and so he shared some love with me, and, that was awesome. And, it was really cool to me that I had somebody to show me how to do this and make me do it myself instead of letting me chicken out and not stabbing myself with a needle. And so yeah, I had fun, and it was a good trip in my mind because I got testosterone, and it's always good. This is what my hair does in the morning. Woo. So yeah, and I sent my mom and my grandma an email, and I blind copied myself. I wish you would see it. And it was basically, hey, today's my appointment. I'm going. And, oh boy, my computer's trying to tell me it's going to restart. That's not good. Postpone. Okay. So, she was like, I was just like, this is what's going on. I'm going to this doctor, and I'm starting testosterone. And so, my grandma called me last night at like 9 o'clock at night, and I missed it because I was in the shower. So whenever I got out, I called her, and I was like, hey, missed your call, whatever. She called me back or whatever, and she had been crying, and that right there, killed me because she was my grandma and I really love her. I don't want her to be upset. But it was basically like, well, how does this doctor spend with you? And I was like, well, I was there for about an hour. That included my wait time, but I didn't tell her that. I just don't think that's long enough for somebody to know you and prescribe you something like that. And that's why I went to therapy, and that I had been in therapy, for months now. And she kind of got that. She was like, I will always love you, and you're gonna be close to me. And who knows, maybe one round. Maybe I won't. We'll have to see. But as of right now, I'm just gonna request that you don't really stick it in my face, sign it to me or Tom as and she was like, none of your friends are gonna know if you send an email, put it Alyssa and Alex. And she's no, I don't approve of this. I will never agree with it. Simply because and that's that. I can make myself agree with it. But at the same time, there was this hint of understanding possibly from this of I'm gonna come around eventually. That's what I got from it. So, it was kind of talking to her, but it was really enlightening because, I could tell she was good. And I have to get up and get ready for class. I didn't realize what it was. But that's the Cecilia sweater actually. So, but anyways, so to sum it up, my mom was I tell she was upset, but I haven't talked to my mom. I did send her that email. She hasn't replied. She hasn't called me. I'm not gonna call her. It's basically a wait game for me now to see what it takes her to contact me, because I've been trying so hard to make this easy on her and not be like a slap until my voice gets deep and she hasn't talked to me in forever. But it apparently wasn't. So, anyway, so I got my testosterone. Here's my manhood. Got my needles and my syringes. I'll do the first shot video, even though my first shot was yesterday. I'll do my first in-dorm shot. So, but alright, well, I'm gonna get off here and go get ready to fight the snow that's apparently outside, and I only have like 10 minutes to do that, and I never get ready in 10 minutes, so, but yeah, so that's it, peace.